Hey there, it's me, Troy from Scare Hollow, and as you can tell behind me, I am standing at the back of the Owens Corning foam factory, and I'll show you a little bit here. So this is their back of their warehouse. It's goes for pretty long. Anyways, so hold on, there's a menu coming up there. See if I can get the sun back on me here. It's super bright out here. Anyways, that's not gonna help, is it? It's gonna help you, but not me. I just went through the foam factory tour, and it was super awesome. Let me just tell you, they don't have any scrap because they actually melt it all back down again and put it right back through the process again. They have a huge industrial extruder in there. They have, everything is 100% recycled into there. And I also found out that there's 40%, there's 40% recycled material in there. They even break down the white foam and put it into the pink foam to make it even stronger. They can only put 40% in there, otherwise then it starts to get to the point where it starts to break down. They also, they recycle everything. They put flame retardant in there, so they actually is flame retardant, and what it does is it actually, the city of Gresham actually makes them do this. They have them bring a sample in every couple of months, and they make a corner out of it, and they light a fire in that corner, and they watch how long it takes for the plastic to catch on fire or to start melting. But what it does is it starts melting, and it actually pulls away from the corner. The foam actually separates away from the fire. So for all you home haunters that might want to maybe start making walls out of foam, much like Ram from Haunted Tents does, you actually have a flame retardant material in there. So you can pass that along to your fire marshals and stuff like that. Might help you instead of using pallets and just regular wood. That's not flame retardant at all. So, but this foam board is actually from Owens Corning specifically, is flame retardant. A gentleman named Michael showed me around, and he showed me every step of the process. They have huge hot wire foam cutters in there. Like, it cuts a 4x8 sheet, and it goes and just slices it. It slices like 20 pieces at a time. Just they had stacks of foam that didn't meet the building codes and didn't meet the dimensional means for that they were doing. So what they're going to do is they're going to cut that all down, put it right back in the process, heat it up, cool it down, shove it through the machines, and right back into another foam board. So people were asking, hey, you should give me their scrap and bring me, Brett Hayes from he said, bring me a truckload, and I'm sorry, here's your truckload, Brett. You have to buy it. Anyways, he did give me a number for all of you Southeast haunters and Southern haunters. He did give me a number. There is a plant in Rockford, Illinois. They actually supply about 40% to 50% of the foam board in the East Coast and South. He said maybe Home Depot doesn't sell it because they don't sell very much of it, so they don't want to use stock space for something they're not selling. But he also said Menards, and I don't know if a bunch of you people know that, but Menards actually carries the Owens Corning foam board. They do make it from 1/2 inch all the way up to 4 inch, and they can have it special ordered. They actually send it to a place over here in Oregon that makes it into 8-inch blocks. They put 2 4 pieces to glue them together, seamless, so you can't even tell, and then they put it together. So they have 8-inch blocks. They can order it in whatever size you want. So you can't actually buy it from here. It's more, you have to get a hold of the wholesale department and things like that, but you can buy it from here. One of the things they're doing is they're changing over a big tooling thing here on Tuesday. And he told me that what that will do is during that process of changeover, they'll have to use a bunch of the foam to make it to change it over. A lot of that will be it'll be discolored. It'll have blisters all over it. It'll basically be obviously non-sellable. But he's like, I'll save a bunch of that for you, and you can just come and get it. And I'm like, oh really? How about I do that? So I did mention to him that, we do have an association, and that if he does, if they ever get a bunch of it they don't want anymore, they want to donate it, whatever, we could figure something out. So he knows where I'm at. He knows my email. He can always get a hold of me. So hopefully, maybe in the near future, if we decide to get a bunch of people together, something like that, we can maybe try to see if he can donate a bunch. Maybe I can work with the Haunters Convention if we decide to do something that might need a bunch of foam board, see if they can donate it. So I'm going to see if maybe they can get a booth there next year, because, I mean, why not? You know? But it was very interesting. It was a very awesome tour. You should see this place. It is the cleanest. You've seen clean rooms at like air conditioning places and Intel and stuff like that. This place probably blows them out of the water. There's something behind me in the bushes. Anyways, so this place, I mean, it literally looks like they just moved in. The floors are shiny. Like, and there's this one section where they had a bunch of foam, all from part of the cutting process, and he goes, yeah, in about 5 or 6 hours that'll all be gone, and it'll be actually all the dust. Now you guys have problems with the pink dust and the white dust. It comes off. They take that and put it right back in the process. They have big old silos, and I can't show them from here, but maybe I'll go around the other side later, or I'll show it on the way home or something. But they actually take all that little dust and put it back in the process and make another board out of it. So they literally have, he goes, we don't have any waste. We are 100% recycled of our own stuff, because they can keep putting the pink stuff back in a bunch of times before then. That has to be broken down, and you know, and then tossed from there. But yeah, they said they don't get rid of anything. And they supply a ton of the West Coast, and they get in a little bit of the Midwest as well. But yeah, it was an awesome tour. I was blown away how organized it was, how cool the machines were that were doing it. They have heat tunnels. They actually put the foam. It goes through a bunch of, you know, it's little pellets, and then it goes through a machine and it extrudes that, and it makes it into a tube, and it goes through these machines, and eventually it comes out and it starts to flatten out. But the whole process, it's like 400 degrees and then 200 degrees, and then it gets put underwater. Like the foam board goes underwater, and there's a conveyor belt on the top that has nothing. It's actually pushing the foam board underneath water. And that water comes out the other side, and the foam board comes out into a nice long sheet onto a cutter, and then it goes around to the packaging and the cutting. And right now they're making 2 foot wide by 8 foot long pieces today that are 1 inch. And so what it does is that water has a corrosive agent in it and an algae inhibitor, and that's it. And they actually, when they dump the water, they actually put it through the drains, and it actually goes to the city of Rockwood into their treatment plant, which is just down the street, and they use it for drinking water, and they filter everything out. It's 100% clean after that, and actually the corrosive agent and the algae agent aren't harmful to you anyways, so it's really not bad even if it doesn't get cleaned out. But they actually recycle even the water. Owens Corning has this down. Obviously they're a huge company, and they need to make sure that they're, you know, all the environmental stuff and all that, but just the pure fact that they actually create more foam from their waste, that saves them a crap ton of money, you know. So I'm watching these people play cricket. You want to see? I think it's cricket. Is that cricket? Let's see. They're actually playing bowlers and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, they're actually out here playing. Pretty cool. There's that zoom again. So anyways, yeah, so there's your foam board. Look at that. It's just amazing. So but yeah, they would not let me videotape in there, obviously, for obvious, you know, patent reasons and things like that, and they couldn't let me take pictures, so, which is fine, you know. You know, maybe next year, something like that, we'll do another tour if I can get a bunch of people together. I ended up going by myself, but I got the whole thing to myself, so that was pretty cool. So he was very interested in the fact that of what home hunters do with this foam. He was very surprised about how much we use it and when and how we use it. He was surprised that a bunch of us use the hot wire tools, and they have big cutting tables, they have little cutting tables, and he even said that if I ever wanted to, I could go in there and they can show me all the components that I would need to build my own. Obviously we all build our own anyways, but he's like, this one is, you know, is pretty intense to what they have. So he said, you know, he'd be able to, you know, even get me the components to make it, and I can just buy it from them. So obviously at a much cheaper price than if I went to a store and bought it. So they're very, he's very interested in the fact of what we do. Having a local guy like that, you know, and you know, is gonna be pretty cool. So anyways, I will end this vlog now with a nice, it's super sunny. It's like 97 today. So I think we're gonna go back and we're going to start building our coffin bed racer. So I'm walking on train tracks, see? Train tracks. Anyways, so I will talk to you guys later, and I'll make this a 2-part vlog because this is only 10 minutes. So I'll put the other part of the bed racer, speed that up a little bit if I have to, and we'll get back to you in a little bit. So, all right, thank you, and Scare Hollow out. Hey, it's me, Troy, from Scare Hollow, again, after the foam tour. And actually it's nighttime, as you can tell, it's way after the foam tour. And there's people screaming behind me. I think somebody's hurt. Oh well. We got back from the foam tour. I did. And I actually went to the a place, a lady on Craigslist has, her and her husband have a shed full of 1/2-inch sanded 4x7 sheets of plywood. 4 foot by 7 foot. One of the reason it's 7 foot is because one of the ends is not square. So, which is fine with me because I'm making a 4x6. That's pretty cool. So I have a 4x6 sheet of plywood. So I got 4 of those for $40. So that 1/2-inch for $40, $10 each is a pretty good deal. Because I think like the 17/6, I don't know measurements. I just measure shit in like 1/2-inch and 1/4 inch and 3/4 and stuff like that. But like Home Depot, as you know, does like 15, 30 seconds and stuff like that. Just make it a 1/4 inch or half, whatever it is. Don't be all crazy with the numbers. Anyways, I know they're trying to do true sizes, but then they shouldn't be called 2x4s then, huh? 1 3/4 by 3 3/4 or whatever they are. So, so I got those. That's for the hearse, and you might be able to see them. There's the hearse. There's the coffin build. We're going to show you that in a minute. So there's my plywood. So I got some really cool ideas from one of my other other haunter employees, I guess you can call him, Jason. He kind of gave me some ideas of how to get the corners and what we could use to make the corners of the hearse and things like that, and and put the panels together and things like that. So tomorrow I'm not going to really work on it because I might start drawing out on the wood what I'm going to do with the windows of the hearse and stuff like that. But tomorrow I'm putting together a play structure for my kids' daycare center. We're going to go over there and put it all up, and it's going to be really hot tomorrow, so we're just going to do that and then hang out inside, air conditioning and stuff like that. So it was 98 today, and the humidity was okay. And the funny thing is, if you were in the shade and you were around any type of water, it was really humid, as you know. But then when you got away from the humid, because we went, okay, so I'll backtrack a little bit. So, came home from the wood. Sat around here for a little bit, waiting to see if people would actually show up for the Haunters Association make and take. We were gonna do a make and take of the coffin bed race car, or racer for the Gresham, Oregon bed races that are going to be in about a week and a half, 2 Fridays from last Friday. And so when we got to thinking about it, I have the coffin. I had bike wheels, but we're going to change that idea, and I'll tell you that in a minute. I have the mattress that we're going to put into it. I have the piping that we're going to use for the handles. So I basically have everything. Becky from Witch Creek Cemetery is going to donate a tombstone for the top for the headboard. And then, but we were going to have it at her house. I was going to haul the coffin over there. We were going to do stuff over there. Well, her father-in-law passed away. Sad, not cool. From a long illness, so it wasn't like it was a sudden thing, but still, any death is not cool. So she obviously was not going to host it today. So we'll loop back with her after all this is done. After her stuff is done and all that kind of stuff, we will we'll loop back with her and get the registration done and get. She can come over and we can finish up the thing. I'm just going to build it this week and just call it good. We already have enough people, I believe, to race it, so which is good. We have 5 people, I think we have 5. We'll find 5. Ooh, that's a big old mosquito eater. I have a lot of bugs that come in this garage when I'm vlogging. So anyways, I'm trying not to make a super long vlog today. So you already got 10 minutes already into this, huh? So we basically kind of canceled the make and take because we didn't really have any people that wanted to come and actually build anything. So since the association's still in its infancy and stuff like that, we're not having the best time getting people involved with the actual make and takes and getting people to want to do them or getting people to have ideas of what to do. I have plenty of ideas, and I'm totally willing to do a bunch of make and takes. I have the cemetery fence. I have some swamp light tiki torches that I want to do. We have gut buckets. I've got the LED tombstones. We've got the LED lanterns. I want to do those sometime, where you frost the glass and change the LEDs out and stuff like that. So I mean, I've got 4 or 5 make and takes that I can do myself, but I also want other people to be involved. I want people to want to do make and takes on their own. I want people to, branch out and show us how they do their stuff. I want somebody to maybe somebody has an awesome fog chiller that they make. Maybe they have. I know Becky from Witch Creek wants to do a tombstone build, and I'm really looking forward to that. I really want to do that. So we need to get that scheduled, because I want to do that big time, and I think other people will as well. So I mean, it could just be an interesting factor of whether or not they're interested in what we offered, but we didn't get any other offers. So it's going to be, because we have people from Washington and even from Canada, and we have them from Oregon and stuff like that. It's not, we're so spread out. We're like, I know like the Chicago area haunt builders, they're in Chicago. They all live, within probably less than an hour of each other. There's the poor man's props, the poor man prop builders. They're down in the South. They all live around each other. So we're almost 3 states of people. So I understand that it's not going to be easy for us to just go, hey, let's have a make and take tomorrow. That's not what's going to be. We're going to have a barbecue in August, and that's going to be big. There's going to be a lot of people there. A lot of people have said they want to come. So I think that's going to be more our outlet for now, is to do like a hangout. And do make and takes. I think another way to do it is to do a YouTube style make and take, where I might be here with a couple of people and make and take and do a video of it and then post it, or they can do it live. So we're going to work those things out. But being is still in the infancy, I don't expect people to be all like, yeah, let's do this and this, and we've been doing it for years. It's going to take time. So we went to the lake or the river, because it was like way better to do that. And because it was 98 today, so we played there instead of doing any make and take Halloween stuff. So now I'm back, and we have the coffin bed racer. Had Jason come over, he also helped me with this idea, so we'll go through a couple of the ideas first, and then we will cut this vlog out, and you will go along your merry way. Well, your hunting way, not merry. Merry's for Christmas. The hunting way. So I'll try to get out of the way of the light, because there's not a lot of light. Oh, I need to get my drink on. My drink on Saturday. Oh, I should go see if there's people on chat. I should do that. Anyways, so this is what my coffin bed is. I really should have better lighting out here, but I don't. So there's a coffin. See, so we got handles and everything. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put these big poles. It's my daughter's bike, but we're going to put these big poles right there, and it's going to go down inside there. It's going to be bolted to the side of the coffin. And then, so people will hold on to this one, right, like that. Okay? They'll hold on to that. And then we'll have somebody in here. This is not done yet. I'm going to cut this foam up and fit it in there. So then we'll obviously have the other one over here. So it'll basically look like that, and then we're going to put a headboard right here with a tombstone on it, and then somebody's going to lay down in there. We'll put some handles right here so they can push. So then people will basically be laying down in our coffin. That's my SD card reader. But yeah, so people will be laying down here. We'll have casters. We're going to have big 5-inch casters. Just bought them from eBay for $14. It's pretty cool. So big 5-inch by 1-inch casters, and so they'll go on the bottom. We're gonna put a 4x4 on the bottom and lag bolts and everything. It'll be pretty cool. So that'll be on swivel casters. We'll have 4 people pulling or pushing, 1 person laying down, and away it goes. So it's gonna be super awesome. I think it's gonna be badass. The way that we're gonna design it, and the fact that the coffin is already made is like, I sat around and I asked another guy who makes coffins, Mike Allen from Coffin Wood. He makes coffins and makes them into anything you want. And so I was like, hey, Mike, do you have any like scrap big pieces of coffin? Do you have stuff that we could build a coffin out of? Or could you build us a coffin, and then we'll put the casters, do what I'm doing now? And he was like, oh yeah, but I'm busy, and he had a lot of stuff to do, and and I was asking him basically to do stuff off of his business, and I don't want to do that. So I was like searching. I was like, man, what are we gonna do? I have some plywood in the back. I could probably build it real fast, blah blah. But I was like, it's not gonna be that great of quality. So I was walking around the house and the other night I was like, I have a freaking 8-foot coffin in my garage that I'm not gonna use until Halloween. So I was like, what? So I ran downstairs, pulled it all out, took everything out. This was holding a lot of stuff. A lot of my Halloween stuff was in here from previous years. So I got all that stuff out, pulled it out, figured out the stuff I want to do with it, and now we're gonna build it. So I will vlog part of that later as well. And yeah, so that'll probably be done in a couple of days. The casters won't be here until the 27th, so I'll have to wait for that. But I'm gonna put the 4x4s on the bottom and make the rails and probably make the headboard and stuff like that. So we'll get all that done and then just put the casters underneath and boom, go. So, you know, in hindsight, I probably shouldn't put the bars in because then I can't flip it over to put the casters on. So I'll wait. So this week actually probably will be, I'm going to get ready. I'm going to go camping again, but I think I'm going to get ready to start doing the hearse. So I think tomorrow night I'm going to start drawing out the wood for the windows on both sides, and maybe doing some cutting on Monday and Tuesday, and start getting that all figured out so I can start maybe mounting it to make the box. That'd be kind of cool if I get the box made in the next couple of weeks, and then start on the front, and then start painting and have my wife help me with all that stuff, and then we can start adding detail, and hopefully by my goal now is Labor Day. I'm going to be gone all Labor Day weekend, but I'm going to try to hit for that. It'll be done by Labor Day weekend. I know I said July 4th, but July 4th was a little ambitious from what I was doing with the weather and kids and vacations and stuff, so we'll go the other route and make it Labor Day. So, which gives me all of September to make the mausoleum, which I think I should have enough time with that. We have a lot. We're not going anywhere in September pretty much, so I'll have almost every weekend to do it, and then during the week, of course, too. So, I think it'll be, because I'm gone like almost every weekend in the summertime doing something, either doing something with the kids or gone on vacation, doing camping, whatever. So, yeah. So we'll cut this out. I think that's it for tonight. I think. So I feel like there's something else I want to say. Oh, we made our first LED Tombstone Kit sale today. Susan Renee from Creepy Hollow in Rome, Georgia. She bought one today. Second day the store was open, and she bought one. I had my first sale in 2 days. So I think I've got a couple other people. I've got a guy from Canada who's going to buy one, and I think I think somebody else might buy one pretty soon too. So that means I need to get to work because I have a couple of things to make before I can ship them out as they order them. So I have several of them made up so I can ship them right away. But so yeah. That's super cool. That makes me feel kind of happy that like people out there really appreciate what I do, just like I appreciate what everybody else does. And I think it's, yeah, I'm making money. I made a little tiny bit of money, but that money goes right back into making more kits. It's in my PayPal account, and that's what I use to buy all the kits, to buy all the parts for it. So the money just stays in there and goes right into there. I don't, I might use it to buy a piece of plywood or something like that too, but it all goes into Halloween. I don't pocket it and go spend it on booze or crap like that. So it's Halloween in, Halloween out. That's what that account and that's what that store is for. I will. There's a link in the about section below, or the little signature thing on the bottom there, to the LED Tombstone Kits. If you feel like purchasing one, that would be cool. It does cost more to go to Canada, so just kind of be aware of that. I am going to set that up. I'm going to set it up like it's going to Alberta, and that's what I'm going to say for everybody, because I don't want to make a bunch of different people pay a bunch of things. If it's a little bit more, I'll take care of it. If it's a little bit less, then that's just the price of doing Canada. I know it's like 30 cents to the dollar right now, which really sucks. So maybe you have a friend in the U.S. that you can have it shipped to. Just give me the information on the ship to address part of the when you buy it. Or you can message me. We'll go from there. So, anyways, we're out. I think. I'm sure there's something else. I'll make another vlog later. All right. Well, haunt on. Scare Hollow out. And just as I was walking away, look at what I see. There's a whole pallet of foam that fell off, and it's not in their property anymore. Oop.